we cannot complain about it, so we can know what is going on. But what was really sad, just a couple of minutes before this started, a journalist was asking me about freedom of movement, and I explained that we have difficulties to come to Serbia. And he said, like, and is it the same about Serbian people to go to Kosovo? And it was quite surprising. A journalist doesn't know that they can travel easily with ID cards to Kosovo. And imagine now how ordinary young people in Serbia lives with the idea that they cannot enter Kosovo. So it's very important to spread the information and the people to know more about Kosovo, about all these things, beside politics. I mean, what we are, the ordinary people, are suffering the most because of the politics. So we should leave that out and work to make it better for us.
But maybe you are the generation who suffers the most because of the feeling of guilt, I would say, possibly from both sides. Because of what's been done in the past. You've all been born at the end of the 80s or even 90s, I'm not sure. So you were even not aware of what's going on, almost.
But this is very important for us. I was 11 years old during the war. I do remember things, but I didn't know things. And it's very important that both new generations in Kosovo and Serbia to know about the past, to deal with it, and in order to create a better future, we should deal with it. And the problem is that both societies are a bit closed in dealing with the past. We are also the ones who should work in this direction. Facing the past and facing the truth, it's a very important process for the countries like we are living in now.
I think this is an important topic. I would like to hear more opinions from someone else.
Yeah, I think we need to consider one very crucial element in terms of the relationship that we should have. Just look at France and Germany. It's uncomparable. If you look their history and our history of hatred, it's uncomparable. Meaning that Germans and French had so many wars comparing to us, and now if you see them, they are the closest friends between one another. So what the problem that we need to raise in terms of this respect is to find out what are those instruments that make people interrelate with one another. And I actually, in this situation with Kosovo and Serbia, we have currently, unfortunately, very instrument at our hand, and this is cultural activities. Because if we think, for example, through trade, because the trade is the most appropriate instrument so that it can link the people with one another. But the problem is that because of the politics, we cannot trade with Serbia. That's the problem, because Serbia does not recognize our stamps and it refuses to accept our goods and services and everything. So through cultural activities, I think we can just start this process of reconciliation and the process of getting to know more each other and see what we can do and how we can help each other.
Anita.
And I think that what you say about the guilty, it is really a problem. I mean, I'm 20 years old. I was born when the war started, but I know a lot about it, and one of my things that I want to do is dealing with the past. But this summer, Basret and I went to Prizren from Pristina, and we were passing through Suva Reka. So during our trip, Basret was telling me what happened in Suva Reka, and of course I felt terrible about it. It's a terrible thing, and I'm really mad because I'm the one that needs to, talk about it, that I need to deal with it in somehow. But you know what? If Bassett can tell me that in Suva Reka, during our passing through Suva Reka, then I think this our two countries have a future, and that is really important.
We are talking about past, but my biggest concern is the future, and I have the other opinion. I like talking more about the similar stuff we have now, the friendship we have now, because everybody's like, okay, war happened, and you can't forget about war. I'm like, okay, yeah, we can't forget about war, but we can concentrate on the future. We don't have to forget about war, but why should we always talk about it? Because whenever I talk with my friends who are from Serbia and are not involved in this program, they're always like, yeah, but we fought, so why are you friends with them? And I'm like, okay, we didn't fight. I didn't. I was born then. You were born then. Why should we fight? So that's what I like to think about. I like to think about the future. I like to talk about that more than but of course with premises that it didn't have it happened. I don't want to forget that, of course.
I was 20 years old when the war happened, and if I can change something in my life, if I can just delete it, it would be the war. It's the worst experience that I've ever had in my life, and I had a lot of experiences. Is someone coming in, kicking you out of your house for no reason, and then kicking you out of your country. It's I don't find it, appealing. And I understand why there is hatred and why it's difficult to talk. Someone has to take responsibility for what happened. I think both sides have to talk with clear head and really show what the facts were, real facts, and not this made up histories, and then take it from there. I think it's crucial, like in divorce, before you divorce you have common wealth, then you have to kind of divide the wealth. That's how I see it.
Look.
I wanted to say something about the prejudice. Why do we have prejudices? We have prejudices because we don't know so-called the other side. We don't know much about the people from Kosovo, or people from Kosovo don't know enough about people from Serbia, young people from Serbia. This is the solution, and this kind of discussions are the tool for breaking the prejudices. Education is the tool for breaking prejudices. This is the first discussion in a row of discussions, and also one of the factors that is responsible for prejudices are medias, definitely, because you cannot have the whole picture of, Kosovo society. If you're watching the media in Serbia, your television is working on breaking those prejudices. In Kosovo, I suppose that situation is the same. You don't have full picture of Serbia's society or problems in Serbia, and usually if you have a chance to listen or see something about Kosovo, it's just major political subjects, not the usual life of the usual people, ordinary people.
In that light, do you think about the upcoming talks between official Belgrade and official Pristina? Did you talk about that during these 2 or 3 days of your visit?
I think that's the time when my personal opinion from the talks that I have with my friends here is that young people in Serbia are not so well informed of what's happening because they read certain newspaper or watch certain television that promotes only one certain information. And considering that there's internet and there's everyone can do their own research and have critical thinking, I think that's what's lacking in Serbia. Whereas back in Kosovo, we are more critical. We're extremely critical about everything. They say we have 3 sorts of sets of thoughts for one particular idea. I think that these talks, if there would be a TV channel or a show that would kind of follow up on what's happening on a regular basis and kind of promote it as such, and give the opportunity to people to see what's really happening in this talk, what are they talking about, and because I would want to know what they're talking about. I would really want to know what happens in those meetings between politicians. Is there a similar talk as we're doing now, or